Woo. Well, I'll tell you what. Woo, I was tired, boss. I don't know, but I ain't got too old for these. Yeah, turn me down a little bit. Woo. I'll tell you what, boy, it's a good mighty, boy. I don't know what it is. Breaking down. Ain't that right? 8 days of this right here, boy, you gotta go to the hospital. Ain't that right? God, how many of y'all that thing done wore you down? Man, my sleep been, I don't know where it been. I've been like, goodness, boy. I wake up, boy, I feel like I drunk a case of liquor. I said, my poor little body done broke down on me, but we going on anyhow, ain't that right? Everybody all right? Too to be alive. I ain't preached in a while, hopefully I should know how. I probably call on pastor on the, they ain't got that bad. Ain't been that long, is it? They got, Canada said he got something to do. He said, pastor come on. You see Justin done walked off and left him. Ain't that right? All right, everybody all right? So we too to be alive, certainly give all the kabod, all the kabod to Mr. Yahuwah Elohim, the Most High, Supreme Leader. There is not another. Ain't that right? Not another, not another doctrine, not another way, not another probability, possibility outside of Mr. Yahuwah. That's the only reason I'm here. I'll tell you, everybody different. I know some of y'all waver, and you know, you consider, and you can do that. I mean, I do. I say it's a lot of stuff out here, but I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied, Mr. Yahuwah. You know, I'm satisfied. It's working for me. I don't know about nobody else. I know where I come from, how I was living. I know who heard me, and I know who forgave me, and I know who established me. I'm satisfied. Not always satisfied with the things that people do, some of the situations that might happen, but you know, all in all, they come to Mr. Yahuwah, I'm satisfied. Isn't that right? 'Cause he's certified. Isn't that right? So I'm satisfied. You know, nobody had been able to disprove him to be wrong. He told her what was gonna happen. In the last year, I mean, didn't it? Isn't that right? He told her what was gonna happen. It's happening, just like he told her. Before that great and that notable doom of Yahuwah. So it's gonna be blood, fire, vapor, smoke. Man, all that stuff burning. You know when I met the other week, they told her on the channel, I think it was Channel 2, no, I don't even watch Atlanta local news. When I go through so many, I wind up catching them every now and then. I said, these niggas crazy in Atlanta. Let me watch some overseas. Well, I didn't know y'all niggas were crazy like that in Atlanta. I just been living here. I didn't know all that be going on around here. I try to find out what's going on somewhere else. I've seen these folk before. Most our crime increased from people from everywhere else. People coming here made Atlanta nigga crazy. They did. That what made folk came out here, jitterbug junk, holler about what's going on in their state and what happened in their town and everything. Knew Atlanta had it shown. Give me the key. We finna crank it up. Atlanta wasn't like that. We had our stuff now. Don't get me wrong, but the way it is right now, man, it's so bad, man, Jerry. And it ain't just here everywhere. The North caused all this stuff. They did. They went all these little states down here. Man, y'all country niggas, y'all niggas slow, y'all niggas, and we done. And the first thing happened with folk down south, they like, well, we gonna have to show you. That's what happened, ain't it? California came out here, old makeup movie niggas. New York, old Maybelline niggas. Maybelline. And that right, they come down here with all that old stuff and fake muscles. They went and put in their shirt. They came out all that crying wave and messed up her. Not you, Jeff, the other one. And the Mexican right there, he told him. He said that, but everybody was a kingpin. How many of y'all heard of a kingpin before? Man, y'all know how a kingpin, man got 4 rocks. Police labeled him a kingpin. I said, he probably said pig pen. Your bags probably were nasty. You know what I mean? Like Candace, that probably was personal you. Yeah, you can get away with that. 4 rock, man, you can't get no man no time for no 4 rock. That we tell niggas, tell them, you get caught with a small stack, you tell them, so man, tell them people you using, man. Them for DA ain't gonna wait no time trying to prosecute no user. You know, he said, why they in a bag? He said, I like to smoke mine. You know, right? I like to take them out one at a time so I can regulate myself. Y'all all right? Hey, was like this. I remember that police locked me up, boy. We had that reefer bone. I came out there, that man heard that thing. I said, listen, everybody. They say they don't sleep, they don't smoking crack. I was sitting back in the police car, I was look at this bastard. Of course, I used the other words, more official words for him. I was so pissed off, man. I was sleeping. I just woke up, eye red. You know, we just woke up from a fire. So a little bad, man. You in the car, that man telling them people, They say he in sleep, they in smoking crack. Building just burning and blazing. And folks looking like, man, I'm nigga smoking crack and I'm burning the apartment up. You couldn't fight it, you just go ahead and have to eat it. You know right? But for the record, I ain't never smoked no crack. I ain't never tooted no cane. That just wasn't my thing. It just wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? People did. I wanted to snort it one time. It did look cool, kind of little hair. You know, they hit that. I said, that kind of cool the way they hit it. I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of cool. It just wasn't my thing. You know what I said, what it do? They said, nothing. I said, nothing. Who snort something don't, and that's how they got me smoke weed. That's why I said, man, I used to tell, I said, man, y'all smoke. I said, man, y'all stupid. I said, I'm smoking that stuff, that's stupid. I said, man, I drink beer. I said, I smoke ribs. I don't smoke no weed. I said, what it do? They said, nothing. I like, nothing. I said, man, let me see that thing. Boy, I hit that weed, boy, I said, whoo, my body. I said, whoo. Boy, I walk my feet. I said, whoo, ain't never felt like that. You ain't never felt like that, for that thing scared. I was scared, you know what I'm saying? Hard. I said, whoo. I said, boy, get out there. I said, I won't do that one again. I got out there and I said, but let me try it one more time, just so I can be safe. And there it went. That first time I smoked weed, I was in Millville, Georgia. There must have been some crazy weed. Some of Ain't Smith family. The irresponsible had got me on that old marijuana. When I was a good drunk. Isn't that right? Got me on that marijuana, that was it. But I had a good track record. Had been all my life, had never smoked until I was 14. Whole life. Nothing but clean and righteous, drinking. Messed around here late in my year. What happened? 14. Started smoking marijuana. That's what happened. Messed me up. But then it became a good thing. I used to have to smoke to get up and go. I used to, man, I had to smoke every before I leave, I had to smoke. That first one, you be zoned in. I said, I was zoned in. That was it. That's why I just started breaking down. Time started to come and get you. You start realizing a lot of stuff you're doing to try to fill in them gaps. Well, you got a lot of missing pieces in your life. Heavy drinking and smoking, trying to cover up, just get through another day. And that's why Mr. Who will get you where you realize you can't escape it. You got to live with it. Yeah, it is. You just want to get through the day. I ain't want to go to jail. I ain't want to get robbed. I ain't want to get shot. So I try to hurry up and get through. So I try to end the day, and you just start over the next day. Repeat. Same old action, same old thing. Eventually you get tired. It's just like living living in Qatar. Eventually you ought to get tired. It's the same circle. You live in a lie, you try to hide a lie, trying to cover up a lie, and hope the lie don't come up. You wasting too much energy. I done it. I done it. Y'all don't be doing that, ain't done. How many of y'all done that? You waste your time living a lie, trying to cover up a lie. Man, junk get old, man. Only person you fooling, you're doing self. Trying to hide stuff, motherfucker, it's gonna come up. Whatever ain't right, gonna come up. And one folk catch it, it gonna hurt you. Hurt your credibility, mess you up. It do, mess you up. I told you, man, you mess your credibility up. I was a big liar. I was one of them liars you a cat lying in. You know them folks talking about, man, you forget your lies. I don't know who them folks were talking to. I was like, forget your lie. It's my lie. How I forget my lie? I know why I told a lie. So I kept my lie. I knew how my lie went. Shoot. But you just be stacking up and keep going. And one day, boy, folks know you're a liar. Then you mess up, and then you need somebody to believe in you. Yeah, think about it. You that big liar. You that liar. So 9 times out of 10, you probably done it anyway. See that? Here come in some kind of way, all that stuff. That's why I do to have credibility. You got credibility, folks, you know what? Said, no, I know that person right there. That person out there. No, they ain't hardly. They said they ain't done it. They hadn't done it. That's why I tell you, folks, I be a person of my word. When I say something, I try to make sure that's what I do. Y'all got it? Because you'll need somebody in life. You're going to realize you don't need people to believe in you. There's some people, I don't need nobody. That's your mama talking. You're going to need somebody in life. You're going to miss a step. You're going to miss a beat. Something going to happen to you. You're going to get behind. You're going to lose something. Something going to get taken. Whatever happens, you're going to need somebody in life. You keep living, go around. You'll see. Go around. I knew folks go around and cut all your bridges. Boy, you're going to be hard to walk after a while. Burn all of them, cut them, whatever you want to say, tear them down. But you're going to come back. It's going to be one of them bridges you're going to need to cross again. And you're going to mess around. You can't come back across that bridge. There's some people you burn bridges with. You might well don't even try to build that back. You'll never get back. And that's why it's so important when you do stuff to be solid in what you're doing. Consider. Y'all got it? Listen, being honest and living right, it's got benefits. It got benefit. Mr. Yahuwah put people just like him. Man, y'all got folk that care for you. Dwayne, you to be a big liar. Then you go there, you just be a big liar. He trying to look like he don't remember. That man told lies big, taller than he was. We all done been there. I ain't said, baby, all we have. Man, folk don't realize. Oh, yeah, I can look at it, tell. But we all got paid. I ain't said, we got paid. Man, you have to then, you know what, hard thing, you got to turn and walk away from the way you used to be. That'd be hard for some folks. They don't want to change, because then, see, now you unravel. Because you can't be, see, you can build a whole wall of composite from being a hypocrite and a false pretender and living a lie. You can. I mean, that's what you do. You done framed a whole nother person. And now you got to take that and take the real person from out of that, and then you got to start to recreate yourself. I had to recreate myself. I did. I had to recreate myself because I had already I was formulated. I was 26 when I finally just put it all down. 26. Yeah, then I got 26. I finally put it down. So I had to start over. It was just like starting over like a baby. Cause that's everything I was doing was different. I ain't work no job, do all that old stuff. Then you had to think about it. You know, I filed the application, you lie. I could have put some stuff down and maybe they wouldn't check it. But now I had to sit down now, you gotta tell the truth. You just sit there, you look at the paper, just keep going, how to look at it. You gotta tell the truth, explain. You looking, man, you can explain this in a way, you know, cause you had to be dead straight. I like this one somebody else. I went honest. I just went honest. Well, why you gonna be honest? Well, no reason. You try to do stuff for an intent. So I had to get through all that. I had to rationalize a whole lot of stuff. So I had to create a whole new person. That's what you got to do. That's how you know if you're going to change. Y'all got it? There's some things you can bring with you from your old past, but you can't bring everything with you. And all right, you should have recreated who you are. See, some folk, they handle the same old people. They ain't going to never change. They're going to be the same old hypocrite, and they're going to try to keep fooling people. You can't fool them about it. It's going to come up anyway. At these people who've been here for all the years, they'll tell you, ain't nobody got away yet. They're going to come back up. It come back up every time. Somewhere, Mr. Who, some kind of way, he going to listen, all your stuff get thrown right out there. Boo-boo. You be like, God, that time you don't waste it, instead of just being who you are. That's why I appreciate Mr. Yahuwah for he unraveled us so we can get right. Y'all know that? So you listen, I didn't know I was the type of man I was till he recreated me. I didn't know I could do all the stuff I could. The person I was real limited. He was limited. I did stuff, but he was limited. So he come back and let you reshape you and remold you and get you in the mind. You'll see, but you got a whole lot more potential and a whole lot better opportunity than what you had before when you was a lying and hypocrite and shacking up and doing other stuff you were doing. You got here, you live right, do one thing and do it right. Y'all hear me? It ain't bad being with one woman all these years. She just old. I said she old. She old like a debt. You know what I'm saying? We probably put that in tomorrow. Old like a debt. You saying old, but I'm saying it like old. So you're not old like a debt. You're not a debt, you know what I'm saying? There's some real jealous people back there. That thing don't look good on y'all. I used to be like y'all. I used to be jealous. I got that thing out my heart. It started right here. Yeah, right? Might remember we talked about that when you were 19? 25, 32, been a long time. We working with them. By the time she get 50. That's what it is. Everybody here, how many of y'all stand up telling y'all about? Gotta make that change. Gotta be that change. Be real with yourself. Know what you want. Know what you want to do. People like, he kind of in your face. He kind of in, you know what I mean? Be real about it. That's all people. Everybody ain't gonna like what you say or what you do, but you feel good about yourself, and you know you're telling people the truth. I try to help people. Everybody don't like my help. Everybody think I ought to do it a different type of way, but you know what you gonna say? People come to hear me. They don't come to hear you in your opinion. That's right. You know, yeah. People pay me to hear me. At the end of the day, they like the fact you got to be genuine with people. And then you always try, for me, I always consider people, I consider myself. I want them people, if I needed help, man, if I needed help, I wouldn't want nobody to help me. That's because you mentally retarded. You mentally retarded of a different sort. Everybody want help. Y'all hear me? Everybody needs somebody. Don't let nobody fool you. You always gonna need somebody. Don't ever go cut your bread with everybody. You gonna need somebody. You get out here, man, that world out there, them people cruel out there. Them people get you, man. You follow them people and let them people help you. But you gonna attach yourself to such a bad debt in contract with them people, you'll never get out of it. Man, these folks, they live to screw you. They look like they help you. They'll screw you for everything you got. Right. You want some people, man, that consider themselves. And that's what Mr. Yahuwah let us do. See, all of us in him, you know, we all come from something. And, you know, some heavy heart situation. But for some of us, we ain't learned that from them. They say you ain't learned nothing. You know what I'm saying? You understand? But they ought to teach you something. See, life experience should teach you something. Like you don't know no better, you walk and somebody step out there in front of a truck and get hit and get smashed and get killed. You know, you learn. No, next time, make sure somebody always go before you. Don't be the first nigga to step out there. Yeah, oh, that one, what you saying? Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what you want to learn. But no, that's the truth. You try to watch other people. You learn from others. Sometimes life allows you to learn from other people's experiences. Sometimes you learn from your own. Like a lot of time I tell the young people right now, y'all can be genuine now because y'all ain't having to deal with the drugs and the sex and all the stuff you go through because they're young right now. So it's going to be how long y'all can hold on when the real temptation comes. When the real test comes. When them folks get out there and you have them friends, they out there doing their thing and already got their own apartment, they can go and got a car and running and going. Then you give them some time. Car get repoed, apartment get left. Shacking up, laid up, got all them kids, ain't got no help, single mother messed up, all kind of stuff happened to them. Take y'all time and keep following. I assure y'all ain't gonna see nothing out there we ain't already seen and already done. Well, I'm saying, you'll see, now it'll be some that'll go out there and get their own and be moving along and they'll do well. They ain't got nothing in him. You gonna meet them. I ain't gonna tell no lie. Everybody out there is not doing bad financially. You're going to see somebody that's doing very well. But once you get an understanding here and you sound and talk to them, you look, you'll say, you know what? That's real nice what they got, but I wouldn't want to be them. That's right. I done lived long enough to learn that too. I used to want to be other people. I said, man, if I had their life, boy, if I had them, then Mr. Yahuwah let me see their life come to a sudden halt, come to an end and lose everything. You say, you know what? It ain't bad being me. You'd be surprised. It ain't bad being you when you compare it to what these people got to go through. And when they lose everything they got, that's everything they got. If I lost every money, every car, every house, or whatever I own, that ain't everything I got. Because my hope wasn't ever in it. My confidence wasn't in it. And that's what we're working on. All right, there you go, amen. That's what I'm talking about. Rudy, did you ever used to be a big lion? Yeah. See that? When you were younger. How young? 18. You start lying at 18? So when you stop telling lies at 19, yeah. I like that. When I was in the street, that right? Selling. You to sell dope too? Oh, all right, kingpin. Let me ask you something. You ever heard of a kingpin, a drug kingpin? You heard that title? If a guy had like 4 rocks, would he be considered a drug kingpin? So if somebody told you, Rudy, I have 4 rocks. I used to be a drug kingpin. What you'll tell them? You wouldn't even answer Luda. You wouldn't even answer Luda. Would you walk off or you just kind of smile and just turn your head away? You don't know. That's right. Rudy said he don't want to know how was your day. Yeah, that's rude, I tell you. There's some lions out there you can get though, but they got an end come to them. A lot of people with them titles dead. A lot of people with them titles sat around. Reagan came out with a law for the kingpin law. So a lot of folks don't know nothing about that. Reagan called one boy, catch a man another dope, he can get in the death penalty. So I know a lot of folks, they ain't been no street, they don't know about that. Ronald Reagan passed the kingpin law. Put a man away, catch with dope. That was for niggas. That wasn't for white boy, that was for niggas. That's how he got us off the street. He brought drugs in through the Iran Contra. Because see, folks don't know about, how many of y'all done heard the Iran Contra kind of heard about, you're not really familiar with some of that stuff. But that Iran Contra stuff, see, what they were trying to do, they were trying to give these people money to help try to support them in the war. So what happened? Yup, the Senate, there's some senators, and they ain't in the East though. Yeah. So what he wound up doing was they went to Congress. Congress wouldn't give them the money. Congress write this check. See, whenever they go to war, Congress got to sign that check. You go and run out there. Congress ain't got to pay nothing. So Congress signed a check. Congress told them they weren't funding it. So what the CIA did was they came to Reagan and told him, we can get this funded. All we have to do, they brought crack cocaine out. That's how they got to run Rick Ross folks to go steal the boy's name. The boy made a name for himself because he was doing it. He was rolling. He was only doing it because the CIA was backing him. They were getting the cocaine into him, and then when the police would try to bust him, the Fed, well, the CIA would let them know, because the CIA got everybody. They got all their walkie-talkie stuff. They got all their stuff. So they would let him know, you need to move. He would get a call. They let him know, you need to move. They coming. And they couldn't figure why they couldn't catch it, because the CIA needed him to keep going. All the money he was funneling, he was paying back to them. He was paying the CIA. The CIA was getting the cocaine and giving it to him. He was settling. He thought he had a drug connect and a hit. Whole time, that was the CIA. That boy wound up funding the war. Now you gotta ask yourself, you know how many niggas do what he do? These white folk put dope in your hands. They put you on the street to kill your own people so they can go kill other people. So when Congress won't pay them, that ain't the only time they've done this. That's just one that got exposed on them. A lot of folk dead behind that whole scene. See, they don't let a lot of information come out that Ronald Reagan turned into a 1-year-old baby and he started pissing on himself again. They wait till white folk die. George Bush Sr., him and his little sexcapade with them little kids. Oh yeah, you don't know about that. They ain't tell you that after he died. They hid all that after he died. Oh, he like little kids too. Y'all saying Raha, a hard little kid. Bush Sr. like him, he like him too. And he said, especially ones sit on your lap and bounce up and down. He said, I really love them. Look at these folks. These folks get all kind of accolades. That man former head with CIA, vice president, governor. Y'all how many people play around with these kids? That's why them boys go to Washington, D.C., the sescapade. Only place it's illegal to wiretap. Walk up there, what you say again, say it right here, Mike. That's illegal. You can't do that in Washington, D.C. with them. They made it illegal. There's too much stuff going on. You can't walk up and do no fools like that. You got to tell them, do you mind if I record this conversation, Congressman, so I can give it to the FBI? That's the only way you can get it. Who finna talk? Go up, let me tell you something. You going to jail. Go up there and put your recorder on and record that conversation. You going to prison. That girl tried that stuff with Monica Lewinsky. She's not done right now. She went there and recorded. Y'all remember Monica Lewinsky? How that whole thing came out? The girl called on the phone and recorded it. It was criminal. In Washington, D.C., you can't do that. You got to tell them. They all criminals. They don't know that. That's how they get away. You can't do it. Man, you got to sit down and get them all the documents. I am about to record you to take this to the FBI, and it's going to go to a grand jury. Could you sign right here, please? Now, this is the recorder. I will slightly put it here and hide it behind my button. And talk right in the button, please. That's the way you're going to get away with it. And who going to do this? That's why they go to their crooks. You see that? None of their 8 people got to take a shot. All these police officers having to quit. Doctors having to quit. Nurses got to quit. Folk going to Walmart to work. They left. I mean, these folk making $100,000 a year better. They got to quit and go to Walmart. Now, if you steal, you can get $100,000 in Walmart. That's how, but think about it. They don't pass this. They may have mandated this. But the only people that don't have to take it is the aides. Now, so I'm going to Congress. I want to be an aide. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna say, they said, what you here for, Smith? I said, I want to be what? I want to be to you what Magic Johnson got. I want to be AIDS. Being AIDS ain't bad if you the one doing the killing. AIDS only bad if you got it killing you. Did you ever see a video of AIDS complaining? Just the people who got it. Y'all better think about it. All right, we don't even talk about AIDS. When that time y'all heard somebody had AIDS? Shoot, Magic Johnson going, well, folks ain't talking about nobody. Folks talking about, I don't want that COVID. They don't know Magic got a little more than COVID. Well, they talk about somebody white. We don't even know about the white got it. All the white people, well, he in heaven. All the white people immediately go to heaven. Why they got it? Charlie Sheen, he in heaven. Yeah, he in heaven. Who talked? When last time you heard about him? White people at their own leisure. Listen, if you got AIDS, you dead. If you got AIDS, you dead. They don't know what did he die. The day he got AIDS, he died. And he's still in heaven. His daddy dead. Martin Sheen, hold on for a minute. I ain't heard that. Hold on for a minute. You know what? I know it. This not my news. Hachikashi on that black whale again. You probably heard Afro Sheen died. I know they killed Afro Sheen. I ain't seen a nigga spray that on in so long. That man admit them. But you was in the spirit. What site that was on? He pointed at you. He said, I got it from word of mouth. There you go, pointed at Damon Elite. That thumb was at Martinez. Oh yeah, Hayward probably started. Oh my God, where's she at? Do that thumb again so we just see where it went. Oh! You thought Martin was dead? Oh, cool, Hayward. You thought Martin was dead? You did? You thought he was dead? He ain't dead. Yeah, the daddy. He ain't dead. He on a movie. He 1 year old. He 81. He ain't dead, is he? No, he's still living because he got a movie to do. Michael Douglas ain't dead. No, that daddy, Kurt Douglas, dead.
Kurt Douglas, that's right, Kurt Douglas.
Hold on for a minute. Two things. Kurt Douglas, Michael Sheen don't sound nothing alike, and I ain't need that air code is in my mic. That man said, yeah, Kurt Douglas dead.
They both Hispanic.
Who? Man, you stop it. Michael Douglas ain't no Hispanic. Michael Douglas a clean white, he Hispanic nigga. They Hispanic, no, Emilio Escobar. Man, that man got, who mama Hispanic? Yeah, Charlie Sheen, Emilio Escobar. I thought that, Escobar jail. But hold on for a minute, that man said Michael Douglas. Kurt Douglas not Hispanic. That's a clean white man. Huh? I hear who else? Kurt Douglas? Oh, Hamaka. He just, man, you just say you Hispanic, Chris. It's terrible. I want to apologize for the dog whale getting a little darker. Man, I got so much bad to make come out here. Charlie Sheen dead. Kurt Douglas Mexican. Man, so much bad stuff. That's why he gonna holler, just American. Where you born? Was you born in Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico. It's more Puerto Ricans than New York, though. They say in Puerto Rico. That probably ain't that true saying that they say more Puerto Ricans in there? Where the best Puerto Ricans at? The Bronx or Brooklyn? Who would you respect, saying a Brooklyn Puerto Rican or a Bronx Puerto Rican? Who would you say gonna be authentic? You buy it. So who you gonna buy? Brooklyn. She said Brooklyn. Who are you from? Boogie Down. Who in Boogie Down? Brooklyn. Oh, you from the Bronx? Who got the best Puerto Rican? Oh, y'all call yourself Boogie Down? They're known for Puerto Rican. That's where the cockroaches started. In the Bronx. That's what we want to know. That's how you know where did the cockroach. Where was Julio from? He was Puerto Rican. He from New York. Fred said they brought the roaches from Harlem. They brought them to Harlem. Who closer to Harlem, the Bronx or Boogie Down?
Bronx, it's the same place.
The Bronx or the official one then. They one brought the roaches. The pointed-toe shoe started in the Bronx. I don't know what, all of them used to be white and nigger neighborhood. Everybody came in and pushed up. Y'all know places where we used to be, it's over with. They tore down everywhere we had history, and now you go to all these places, they either all Mexican or all Asian or something. You know what, everybody wipe away our history. Y'all don't remember that? How many of y'all know places where y'all grew up and you go now, it's all changed. You know what I'm saying? Here they gonna bring in a whole new, usher in a whole lily white yuppie society, or they gonna make it Hispanic, or they gonna make it Asian, anything other than us. So you know they keep trying to make us look like we don't belong nowhere. Think about they don't take away white history, they ain't gonna let us go take over no white neighborhood. They're going to keep it. They're going to fight for it and defend it. They're going to keep their hair. They're going to leave a flag, a statue. Only thing we're going to let, for us, they're going to leave a nigga hanging in the tree. And he eventually going to rot and fall away. Anyway, you take your kid back so you grew up, and hey, look at that stuff. All that stuff cut out, killed out. There's a whole nother area now. You say, well, they be like, you used to grow up here? You be like, no, I guess I didn't. And they ain't go with that nigga. They erase everything got to do with you. See, we got to come back here. That's why we trying to retrace our step now. When we got this book, we've been taught it so long, it look like they taught it to us. It like they the one created wrong. It like they the one had the relationship, and we trying to copy them. And the whole time, they copying us. Everywhere we go, you can't find, you go to Jerusalem, walk through there, you can't find that that's going to look like us. You ain't going to find stuff that's going to favor us. They're going to get rid of it. Everybody trying to, you know what, they just make it like we just nomad. We just, really, they make us look like we're a burden on everybody. Look how they treat them Haitians that came over here. We shouldn't have been surprised. I'll be honest with you, I'm more concerned about how they treat the niggas in here first. Yeah, that's right. All these niggas that kick up about this stuff, man, look how they treat them Haitians. Nigga, how they treat you? That's right. It shouldn't be no surprise. Yeah. What were we expecting? The niggas shoot us with no gun, hands up, on the ground, choke us out. And then we talking about, man, they take them Haitians, they had whips. The Crocker taking us got guns. Them jokers got a lovely reception. Yep. They got the lead, they got a flight back. They tied us up and chained us to a bottom of a boat. Right. Shoot. Anything other than come up getting shot by them crackers and arrested in their jail, man, you got off scot-free. Yep. It's bad, man. That's how bad it is for us. Who need to stop all this stuff? I've been told y'all, we should have been stood up against these white folks. Yep. It should have been, that wouldn't have never happened. Right. It'll never happen had we stood up. All these white folks, look how now they make it. They apologizing. The officer already been, they can no longer engage no more of those people. They can't engage no Haitian. They suspect they've been investigated. And no Haitians were killed during the filming of that video. Them crackers kill us and keep jobs, get checks, everything. I'm not downplaying what happened to them, but what's the difference when this happens to us every day and it's intensified? Really, if you think about it for them, it was a dumb decision to come here. Yeah. Hadn't you seen our news? Right. What made you look like us, nigga? Yeah. What you thought you gonna get when you got here? Y'all nigga better quit watching that TV. I don't know what they see, man, I thought they were gonna get no reception from some white people on horses and ropes. I'd have tore that water out of the middle like the Red Sea, I'd have cut a hole in the middle of that thing. Man, look like ruts. White folk already ready to be, listen, they don't show you none of them that come to no Mexican. Now you think Mexican got some black in them? They show you them Mexican down there, they had 10,000 Mexicans, they wasn't getting hit, beat up, they let them set up camp, they let them live, listen, the Supreme Court ruled they had to let them in here. Why ain't nobody rule on us? It's so bad a white man resigned, wrote an official letter and said he refused to be a part of the United States with that stuff going on and how they were treating them Haitians. They told a lie and claimed that wasn't no whip. Claimed that was just the reins that go around the horse's neck. Ain't no rein go that long. Nigga, rein that long, you can flood something out. Quit telling them lies. You can, ain't that right? Don't you call it the reins, then I tied it with rein. You know, listen, y'all got to work with me. I can't do that by myself. Isn't that right? Let's work together. But I'm trying to tell you, I've been told y'all, get ourselves a step. Y'all young people, y'all got great talent. Y'all got a great opportunity sitting here. My left hand itch, that means I owe somebody money. I need a right hand to itch. They said a right hand itch. I ain't gonna pay it. Look, it stopped. I ain't gonna pay it. It stopped. That's how you gotta talk to that. You gotta speak to that thing. They say that right hand, that right foot, and that right eye get to jumping, somebody can give you some money. I be trying to make that thing jump. I be needing that money. Put some of that, make something bite the foot. My mom, I found a pen. She said, "Ooh, you found a pen on head." She said, "You gonna find some money." I walked in the store, I found $1. I said, "Boy, I don't know if my mom went throw that $1 down, but I showed." But in 1975, you found $1. But about $100 a day. You know what you go to the store? You can buy holes. I ain't talking about dirt, clean holes. $1 in 1976. Man, you rack up so much penny candy, man, you come. Folks start counting. Ain't nobody counting no 100. Folks just do this right here. 100. 100 cookies, bag be full of money. You have so many friends the whole day. You got your cookie for me. Let me help you. What you want? Folks go get, man, listen, man, you can have serial killers. You got 100 cookies, kids are killed for you. They'll go in their house and steal groceries. 100 cookies, them cookies back there, penny cookie. That stuff was serious back then. Man, one cookie, $9. I'm not paying about that American cookie stuff. I don't want it. I'm not gonna pay. Man, wait, how many them cookies? Put them cookies back in that glass. Man, I'm not paying them. Man, no $75 for no cookie, man. Put them cookies back up in that thing, man. What's wrong with you, man? That's a bill. Nigga walking through the mall trying to look cute, eating them $75 cookies. Nigga, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. Man, please go get you a box of vanilla wafers. So that hoe, he go the clean hoe. Beat up with vanilla wafer, y'all watch it. Nigga eating that 75 here. $2.85, vanilla wafer. Then you can walk down and back up, you got enough cookies. Some of that stuff don't make no sense. I ain't paying for that foolishness, man. How much that presser cost? For a lily white and how much? How much for a presser? How much a presser? Oh, whoa. Did you say $13 for? Who said $13? How much they cost? What's her name? Auntie Ann. I ain't got no Auntie Ann. If she was my aunt, she'd give it to me for free. I'll tell you, this nip. No H what? No angel halo. What that is? Man, I know Josh was losing it now. That's a halo or circle, preacher. I said, man, I don't know. I don't eat that stuff. Some places I don't eat out of. Them folks say that they leave all that stuff sitting there wonder, and they just pull that stuff down. I don't eat that stuff, man. I don't be eating that stuff. I can't eat very well. I remember we went to California one time, we was up there. That Joe went down, man, had that flour, that thing was going through there. I said, y'all eat out of that? I said, man, flour all in there last night. He was dancing all in there. They like, we done bought it now. I said, man, I'm not there. You don't get something? I said, I'm not eating out of there. Man, flour with that Joe said, I said, he did that. They do that leg scratch. I said, no. And they pay that fill on the roof, they legs start. They do that hunch kick. I said, no. What, y'all let him see the fly do that hunch kick? Don't eat it. He'll let something out. And he get going there, do that number there, and let it go, clean. In the country, clean. In the country, you ain't throwing away nothing. That fly drop, boy, you better take that whole plate and throw it away you want to. You going right in that dumpster right behind it. Take a whole plate of oxtail and throw it on a fly landing on it. A fly? Nigga, you growing up on flies. Your first bottle was made out of fly milk. Boy, we was in the country. Man, flour. How many out in the country y'all know about that? Now, I was on that St. Martin. They had some flies over there. They fly with some nice fella. They were all white. They told that they said, see, flies got souls too. They know that flies are trying to tell you something. But I was like, I know that from somewhere. But I couldn't, I had to confess this. I done confessed my fault. One to another. I'm telling you, them flowers wanted no doo-doo nowhere around. Because you'd have smelt it. If a fly land your stuff, it ain't a doo-doo turd for 100 miles clean. Because the time it took him to fly them 100 miles, he cleaned himself up. Because he had to fly through some rain. There was again, I can tell that too. Because I remember some on the ground, they jumped out there, he said, not natural, and flew off. And that's what made me, he went in back, and he saw the ingredients on the back, polished, sorbate, yellow, and the fly jumped immediately left. I said, you know what? It's something special about that fly. So depending, if a fly lands on your food, you got to go and check where's the nearest turd before you eat. And you can't find one within 100 miles an hour, and that fly flew, and it been the rain, check your weather. That fly clean. All right? I'm trying to help y'all out now. Now, if you want them fly from around here, downtown Atlanta, don't try it. I seen them fly, that just had a syringe stuck in his leg. He was zim, zim. Well, we was zim, zim. He was bumping in the stuff. I said, man, do not play with no Atlanta fly. You will get hurt. I'm trying to tell y'all now. Don't fret. And them New York flies either. They had all different kind of color hair. You definitely don't eat for none of them. All them weirdos and freaks. I'm telling all they fly weirdos and freaks. They got them big doobie glasses on. Don't fool with them flies. The South, these Bible Belt flies. Not there. I heard a fly, he was saying, I kept trying to figure out what he's saying. I said, mount up wing like an eagle. I said, what? I said, that Bible. He was saying, I'm going to mount up wing like an eagle. And he started going. I felt like what he said, he must have heard me, he came right back. I said, got it. These Bible Belt fly, these clean fly down here. So I just want to put that out there. I think they were from St. Mark. I remember one fly, he said, hey, I know. I was like, he said, you being Conjures? I said, yeah. He said, I'll see you later. And he left. So just want to tell y'all that. Don't eat none of them upstate flies. They're going to try to be too cute. They're too skinny. That's the most dieting flies. Been drinking and smoking all that sweet and low. All right, y'all worry about it. I'm not going to roll with this now. I'm trying. It's some folks out there going to be calling me now. All right, y'all ready? We're going to get ready to talk it. See what does say Mr. Yahuwah. Is that a G Bostic? That's all right. I should let Alice roll it. Alice, come up here and write it for me. Why you? I gotta put his shoes on. What you doing with your shoes off? What I mean?
Gotta get the Holy Ghost first, all right?
Get him.
What you doing with this marker?
He wrote an I? This joker told me, preach. All right, we'll get ready to sign the Kato Sarah. Only here you find these people. All right, come on. All right, we're getting ready to let down the curtain. See what does say Mr. Yahuwah. Ain't nothing better than we gotta get this right. Isn't that right? That's why we're here. Romans chapter 15, verse 4. As you see, we use the Beth HaMashiach. House of the Mashiach. All right. Romans 15:4. Listen. Let's still get set up.
Yes, sir. All right. For whatever Nikatab before,
Whatever was written before
Nikatab for our lament,
was written to teach us.
that we through endurance
That's right. Without giving way.
and Nakum
And through consolation.
of the Ketubim
Tell them what happened.
might have Tikva,
That's what we're looking for. We're trying to get Tikva. What we said Tikva was?
cord.
A cord. Exactly. So we're going to try to, let's see, Yehukanan 6:44. Some of this stuff I be thinking about it, and that's something we have to do, meditate on like he told us. Because it's very important to make sure we get this thing. That's right. It got to be important to you as you breathing. How long can you go without breathing? You can go less than that when it comes down to the lack of the word. That's the truth. You might be still going and still operating, but you're operating without Yahushua and without Yahuwah, and that's a dangerous state to be in. And that's the kind of mindset you got to get. You know, people can psychologically attach themselves to things and to situations. It's some people can attach themselves. They can watch TV. My mom used to watch Little House on the Prairie. She'll attach herself to Laurel and Michael Landon. If she did, she'll attach herself to it. Because of the story, she'll take on the whole saga. She'll almost make it a part of her and make it, kind of enjoying herself with that whole situation or whatever the series or whatever it's talking about is going through at that time. That's where you got to be to come to this word and to Abraham. You got to be enjoying yourself to it. Y'all got it?
Sir.
That's the truth. Connect yourself. You got to have emotions and feel. You'll see some people, they'll cry at a certain point. You're like, what you crying? Because they attach themselves to character. They found, they allow certain character to get favor with them. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see certain things happen to them. They want, or things work out for them. You know what I'm saying? They get emotional for them. Because they like, I've been watching this since the start, and then what we had, I didn't want to see nothing happen. I don't want to see. I'm glad things worked out for them because of how things were going. That's how you got to be with one another. Got to have that type of care for each other. This is 6:44, the book of Yehukanan, they call John. Listen.
No ish is able to come to me.
What do we say Abel was? Well, able would be ability. If you able, that means you have the ability. But he said no ish has it. When you put no able, that means you don't have the ability to come to me unless
Unless I be which has sent me draw him.
That's right, which I be, which is my Father, who sent me, draws him. And
I will cum him up at the last yom.
that's what we're looking at. Let's see what happened. Verse 45. Let's see what happened.
It is Katab and the Nabaim,
That's right. It is written in the Nabaims, not the prophets.
and they shall be all lamed by Yahuwah.
Well, he said, and all of your benin shall be taught by Yahuwah.
Every ish, therefore, that hath Shama from the Abba
And heard from the Abba
and lamed
and
cometh
Lamed.
unto me.
See that? You got to hear from him and be taught by him. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So these are the things that we try to look at. And one of the newer writers, he told us that trying to think of where I found it. My mind went there, but remember, didn't lapse me into it. This is important for us, simply because this is what we're looking for, hearing. So which means they take an attachment. Keep reading. We're looking at that attachment. All right, listen.
Not that any ish hath seen the Abba,
Not that a human has seen the Abba.
save he which is of Elohim. He hath seen the Abba.
You see, the one that as which is of, he said, which has come from the Elohim. He has seen the Elohim.
Amon, I say unto you,
Yes.
he that amon on me hath alam kai.
Y'all see that? The one that believes in me, that person has the eternal life. Okay? That's tight. Oh, stop. I'm looking. Put it back down. Like, bring it down. No. Back to where you were just reading. There we go. Okay. The one. Who am I? Is it me? Has eternal life, eternal. Has eternal life. It believes in me. Okay. All right, let's see. This 48 is right here.
Yes, sir.
What did it tell him?
I am that Lakam of Kai.
Okay. The bread of life. Okay.
Your Abba did eat manna in Bamidbar and Armut.
And then died. Okay.
This is that Lakam which cometh down from Shamayim, that a Ish may eat thereof and not move.
Makes sense. Hold on for a minute. That's tight. Let me say something. We'll come back, you who are willing. Let me say something. Let me think. I know I want 9:30 are your Ukanine. Wait before you go down. 9:30, I know I want it. Go ahead. 9:33.
The Ish answered and said,
Hold on, let him get home. You at 9:30?
Yes, sir.
Listen to this.
The Ish answered and said unto them,
What do you want to know?
Why herein is a marvelous thing.
That what?
Ye know not from whence he is,
Hold on for a minute. He want to know why were they amazed about what now?
that ye know not from whence he is.
What happened?
And yet he hath opened mine eyes.
What happened? So I think when I came to this is because of the fact the question became for them, they wanted to know. But they didn't know. Similar to the manna. It was what? Because they didn't know what it was. Can we see what manna means? For us, it's important to understand. Yeah, manna house, manna Bible. Okay. Just do the lexicon. Do the lexicon, because I don't know what they the bread from, because they put heaven, that fed Yasharal, they're going to put Israel for 40 years of wilderness wandering. Means, what is it? If you notice what makes sense with Yahushua, there was always a conflict about who he was.
That's right.
You see the similarity? But the people did know that it came and it sustained them.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's the thing about it. And amazingly, what made me think about it when he was talking about it, he started talking about the manna, was the fact that manna was what? They didn't know what it was. All they knew, it came down and it had fed them. That's all they knew. So here was a man who had been in a situation. Oh, okay. So, what? That's all it is. What? Okay. Whatever. And even relative to which. Often used with the prefixes and various abbreviated or verbal or conjunction. Good purpose. Man. So it roots back to man? Literally, what is it? A whatness, so to speak. Manna, so called from the question about it. Y'all understand that? Where we can go from here? Exactly. 2. Abarim, chapter 2. Jump down to 7. So you see where it originated from. This just a simple read. This Abarim, or Abarim, because it's plural. They call it Hebrews. I'll make it 6. I'll put 7, I'll leave it. This is Abarim, they call Hebrews 2 and 6. Listen.
But one in a certain Malcolm testified,
Well,
saying,
somewhere a witness testified saying,
what is Ish?
what did they say?
What is Ish?
What happened?
That thou art mindful of him.
What did he put for? He put Zakar. Or
The bin of Adam, that thou visitest him.
that you're concerned about him. If you're concerned about a person, you would typically check or show an affection for.
That's right.
Okay? Let's see what happened.
Thou madest him a little lower than Elohim. Thou crownest him with kabod and hadar, and didst set him over the works of thy hands.
Uh-huh. So, and he put this, and finish it for there, this starts another verse.
That's the end of 7, and then it goes into 8. Yes,
There's
sir.
8, but that's something to consider. When we come down, he started looking at displaying for them. It would have been a thing that they would have definitely sat and considered, especially when you start looking at what manner was, but yet they saw the benefit of it. Let's go back and look at that 9th chapter right quick. The 9th chapter, book of Eucharist. I'm not gonna try to hold y'all long for real tonight. Most High willing, we take the information. Eucharist chapter, what's it, 9? We left off 9 and 30. I think we were. Okay. Let's see. 9 and 30. Listen.
The Ish answered and said unto them, Why herein is a marvelous thing, that ye know not from whence he is, and yet he hath opened mine eyes.
Let's see what happened.
Now we know that Elohim heareth not Kataim, but if any Ish be any Ish Shakah Elohim, and doeth his will, him he Shama.
He put Yara. For Yara, we put Yara. Yari is what he put for fears. Elohim, and do his will. This is whom he hears. That's who he Shama. Y'all got that? So that was important for us. Now what we're gonna do is to try to verify this. Pay attention to this. Behold, how would you know that? Outside what? Mount Sinai. Tell me what happened. Mount Sinai. Because we're not going back to Mount Sinai. Why should I die? If sinners and touch me, consent thou not. What happened? He said they heard him and they feared him. Tell me what you said again. You said the 5th? Bet. Who said bit? I thought he said he bit somebody in the ring. I was like, well, y'all fighting? There's no way you can get a loose now. Yeshayahu, what Yeshayahu? First, let me start with, you said Beth for second, which they'll call Chronicles. 2 Chronicles 5. 5 and 15? He's telling me, here you meet Asa. Yahuwah will be with you while you be with him. But if you turn from him, then he'll turn from you. And for long, they were without. We're going to go with another answer. How many of y'all like that answer? Y'all like it. Let me say it. The kids like you. And Ed. Okay, what's your answer? Yeshayahu? What is it, Yeshayahu? 59th chapter of the book of Yeshayahu. 59:1. Behold, his arm is not short, his ear not heavy. I'm just kind of neither, but your iniquity have separated between you and your Elohim, so it would not hear. Pay attention.
Behold,
Ha!
we,
That's one person.
plural,
That's plural.
no,
Guessing,
no,
figuring,
no,
undecided about.
that it is not sinners that Elohim hears. But
Rather,
if
that's putting out
one is who fears Elohim and does his will, this is whom he hears.
That's who he's showing. Now we went with Beth, Dabri Hayamin, 2 Chronicles 15 and 1. We went with Yeshayahu 59 and 1, and we still don't have an answer that's conducive to Abraham. About Abraham. He heard and he feared. He moved. They said they know this. Okay, so I can answer?
Yes, sir.
All right, now y'all could. Give me, what'd you say? Kahalah, chapter 12. Chapter 12, jump down at verse 13. They call it Ecclesiastes. Kahalah, 12, 13. Let's see if I know what I'm doing. Listen, I'm doing this with y'all. I'm reading with y'all. This ain't that made up. I don't have that wrote up made up. I'm paying attention to what they're saying. See, the way it reads in James' version is different. Mm-hmm. But the way he wrote it, it actually conjoins to writings. Let's see, they say they know this. You said something which was true. They had to be taught it. How you gonna know something? Mm-hmm. You haven't been taught it. You could be taught even by watching, demonstration.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. I don't know how to do it. Yahuwah took a boy and a rod and started teaching him. He showed him. He said, let him have, and gave it. How would he know how to do this? How would he know how to be over what's in Shamin and on the right? You just came up from the ground. Which means something had to be shown to you. Let's see what they told you. Listen to this.
Let us shama the conclusion of the whole matter.
You're talking about that, basically, that's the song.
Yes, sir.
Like you do addition, subtraction, you get to the song. That's basically it.
Yara Elohim and Shamar his Amar, for this is the whole duty of Ish.
I hear you. That's how they knew it. The book of Mashali told you that the fear of Yahuwah was the beginning of wisdom.
That's right.
That's
right.
where it starts at.
That's right.
So what he said makes sense. When you read James version didn't tell us that. James version told us to do what with him? And when it was in the 931, you Ukana, what did 931 say?
Now we know that Elohim heareth not Kataim.
But what happened?
If any Ish be a worshiper of Elohim.
See that? He told you a worshiper. Well, we know that's going to come in, but we need to know, first of all, our writers are telling us that the fear was the beginning. That's why when he gave them the Torah, they feared. They were removed. And what did they say they'll do? We'll hear. What made them want to hear? Because of fear. You people don't fear him. That's why y'all F around in him. That's why y'all little hypocrite like, because you don't fear it. And that's why he don't hear you.
Right.
Why you don't hear me? Why though? Why? I pay my tithe, I come. Because that's not the agreement I made. You have to fear, and you have to make sure that you are complying. That's it. That's who you hear. See that? And guess what?
The whole duty of Ish.
That's Adam word. Had Adam done feared, he never would have dated. He never done it.
That's right.
So we try to contemplate why and figure out what went wrong, and maybe if he'd have communicated better. Those people had better communication skill than we got. It was plain. He spoke to them in their language. It made no sense if I didn't give you something and not be explanatory. You know what I'm saying? That it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Even on the day of Ukashbu, here, all those people there, and all these people other ethnicities.
Right.
Yet he made it to where everybody heard it in their own language.
Yes, sir.
And nobody came up and said, you know what, man, y'all wrong. See, what I'm hearing, it don't make no difference what you spoke. It was the same thing.
Same thing. That's right.
It was the same thing. How were they going to be able to do it if they don't know what he said? So we learned. Let's go back to see what the man told them. Luke 9, was it 9:31 we left off at? Oh, we're at 32.
32.
32, all right. That's all right, look, 9:32. Woo. All right, listen.
Since the alarm began, was it not Shammah that any Ish opened the or one that was born blind?
Hold on for a minute, hold on. What'd you say it again?
Since the alarm began, was it not Shammah that any Ish opened the or one that was born blind?
See, the way that reads, it almost sounds as though they're saying it's been done. But he's saying from of old, it has been heard that anyone opened the eyes of one that was born blind. But that sounds like they had heard about somebody opening the eyes of one blind. Am I correct? The way it reads? Read it again.
I'm going to read it like it says.
Yeah, I'm reading like it says.
Since the world began, was it not heard that any Ish opened the eyes of one that was born blind?
Well, so it's saying, was it not heard? Like almost,
Right.
hadn't we been told?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
In a way, would you agree with that? The way
Yes.
it's written,
Yes.
it kind of, if you're looking at this, now you could take it that these are somewhere, but it's saying, had it not been said?
Right.
And like if I told you I'd do something, they said, hadn't preacher not said that?
That's right.
But you'll be saying you're gonna take that preacher never said it? Or you're saying, he said this before, we already knew this.
Right.
Would you agree with that? You do English on how I read.
When I worked there, I was too busy, it never happened.
Okay. So. No, you good. I want to know. I know you English. How many of y'all took it differently? Me, I took it differently. So that show you where that writer give you confusion. You see what I'm saying?
I never looked at how you said it. I never looked at it like that. I can see what you mean.
You're using it the way I just said it, like in a sentence. Had preacher not said that? That's to say that preacher had said it, correct? So their writing, the way they put it, puts that, you know what I'm saying? It puts that, that's the problem we look at with the confusion. Now, you know what you found out again now? What did you just find out? Who authored it? Because they're confusion. Wrote this, let me see. How many of y'all hear that? From of old, it has never been heard that anyone opened the eyes of one that was born blind. They're saying they hadn't here. Now, how many of y'all reading this saying they saying it is? That makes the difference. That's the difference in how people author. That's just like sometimes with books. You'll get books, and you know what people will do? They'll join book club, and they'll sit down, and they'll join them club, they'll sit down, and they'll debate some of the actions of them. That's right. Well, I've seen Cleover as another type. What I got from it is because it's open to interpretation. They'll leave a movie, like, I'll tell you one that's argumentative. They're moving, usually like that one. Because remember the thing was spinning, and some say it kept spinning, some say it stopped. Because they left it to where they even had to go back and interview the person who wrote it. Because it was argumentative. Some said, no, it was a dream because it kept spinning. Some said, no, it was stopping. So they left it, the writer actually left it to where I left it to your interpretation. But see, this is what they've always done. That's why I gave you the book and gave it confusion. Because I'm leaving it, this was never supposed to be your interpretation. This is not for interpretation. Let's see, can we verify that? Beth Cuff, 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 21. So that's how we do. We look at that to see. That's how. See, so when we get that, that's when you learn he's not in it. We'll do 119. How about that? 20, I'm sure what I want, but we'll do 19. Come on. Be mindful, be mindful, be mindful. Come on.
We have also a more sure the bar of Nebuah.
See that? Now what they were talking about originally was what they saw when they was up on the heart with Yahushua. And they said they heard it should have probably been called. When they said a voice would have been a call, they heard a sound from Shamayim. And they told him, and then they told him it was from the excellency. And it said about him and who he was. But now he went on there, this is something you saw and you heard it. And he said, this is more definite.
That's right.
If I said, and there is the more sure word of Nabuah with us, they were testifying that we were with him in the heart, in the mouth. But now they're saying that the word has more ability, it's more concrete, as we'll say, as far as saying. With us, which you do
Well,
which you do their goodness. Okay. Read funny. Which you do their goodness.
that ye take heed, as
Take to
unto
heart.
a Ur that shineth in a Kashak Malkum, until the Yom dawn and the Yom Kukah arise in your law.
Hold on. Hold on, stop. So I would have to do their goodness would have to be what they spake concerning. Whose goodness? Because you're putting their goodness to what they were saying of the word, that you take it to your law. And sometimes people don't. Sometimes people say, you know what? I took that to the heart.
Yeah.
We said a figure of speech like that means that was deep. You know what I'm saying? That was real for me. And amazingly, you say you take it to the heart. So when we talk about the heart, are we literally talking about the heart?
No, sir.
Only reason you're talking about the heart because you're talking about vital organs that people recognize. Stab somebody in the heart, what happened? So the heart is a critical part. So we're looking at the inward parts because now we start to deal to the nephesh. The nephesh is not outward, it's inward. Y'all got it? So we take our yearning for, that's something we don't understand. We deal with, what most people gonna know is the heart, the liver, certain part. You hit a person in the liver, you dead. The liver, you will die. I'm talking not just here, I'm talking a shot, sometimes what, it will kill you. The liver is a vital organ. There are things that are very vital, the lungs, that's vital, you gotta have, you gotta breathe, you die. So when you start talking about the nephesh, you start letting people know that the nephesh has more probability, has more life to it than anything. Y'all got, that's the very essence of who we are. The nephesh. He told her that the heart that's centered issue. That's right. You read that where it said a heart? Somebody said heart. I thought somebody said heart. I said heart. He said, I said heart. You said nephesh. Okay, here. I thought it said die. That's right, nephesh. It's gonna die. What did they tell us about the nephesh? That's critical. He didn't tell you to body down. We're talking nephesh. When they get a body and they see the body, they say a life or the spirit gone from it. That spirit attaches to that ruach attaches to the nephesh. That's who you are. He told you all basar is mine. And the basar that you went with that for real, Pastor? Pastor said, yep, that was it said in my book. Now, we're talking about all nephesh of mine. Because you got to look at, he breathed life into it. And he said, it gave life to your nephesh.
Right.
Your whole's breath, his ruach. We talk about, I refer it to the breath. Even the word refer to, because when you speak, I want y'all to just say something. Just put your hand right in front of you, just for now. I would say, hello.
Hello.
Just say, you tired from what you said, whew. What you feel? That spirit. That spirit. That's what you got in you. When you die, that leave. You know what happened when you want to fall out right now, you want to breathe, to check you? You're not breathing. Quick, somebody who can do what? Call who got a phone. You'll call that call. You want to get somebody who got, guess what it means? You have the ability to put life back in them. When he asked, your cars are called. Can they live? He said, you know what he told him to do? Speak to him. Because when you're speaking word, you're also speaking life. That's right. And then, see, the Christian church will try to tell you that, where you speaking life. We like, because of course they're idiots. But you don't realize what you're speaking, you can blow into a man, a baby, and it can bring them back. That's right. So now you got to ask yourself, do your words really have power now? How is it you can, just shows the person is dead. You don't breathe into a person that's already alive. You're talking about a person that's not living, and you take and you breathe. What comes out of you, put something back into them. That's right. That's how important word for Yahushua to speak does. That's right. Well, he said, what if you did see me or sitting up where I was before? He told him before he was leaving. So you got to think about the conversation. What conversation he had with him about him going up? He told him, what if you saw me going back up? He said, because this is going to be something you're going to see with your eye. You was going to have to see with your eye. It wasn't spirit. He said, and the flesh profited nothing. But so he said, but the bar speaking to you, they are. And that's what got us to this understanding. To realize how important our words are and what we say and what we do. And like I told y'all, see, people take it and how they chance and use it now is by going, they get rich seminars. How to get rich. Say, I want $1 million. Say it, come on right now. I want $1 million. Hold me a hand for $1 million to get in. And you know, there'll be people that will start to function their life around that action. And there'll be people that'll tell you it'll be something they won't because they won't actually take the law. They don't really believe it. There'll be people that'll take it and lay the law. And they'll do. You're like, that person went and did, huh? Well, imagine that. They lay the law. They'll test themselves to it. That's what I do when it comes to the word. It got power in it. Listen, the power that you'll get from Yahuwah, you can get similar power from out here in the world. You get it. How do people do witchcraft if it don't exist? It don't make sense. If people don't believe in God, you believe in witchcraft? You believe in roots? You believe in sword? The people do it. These people summon people from the dead. I remember one time there was a guy years ago, he had his own show, it went off. He was on Larry King. I saw him one night. He was, I didn't about what a medium was. They would call him a medium. He was on there, he would talk. White guy, he was on there just talking. And people would call in, he was telling them about people who had died. They would call in, and this lady called in, she would ask about her husband, and she was talking, and he just stopped. He said, he kind of leaned his head, he said, did you put some cigarettes in his pocket? She said, oh my God. She said, I did. He said, it's not the brand he smokes. She said, I didn't think it mattered. I just put them in there. She said he didn't like it. Listen, that lady started, she was like, oh my God, yeah. Larry King just sitting there, I went home and said, garlic. Man, that garlic. He was on Larry King, you know, and Larry King, and the thing with Larry King didn't believe nothing. He was Jewish. So he wasn't no person. Yeah, how many of y'all know that? He didn't believe in that. He don't believe in none of that. God none of that. He don't believe. He taught every one of him. He's the only one he kind of respect with, like, I think like Jimmy Carter, maybe him. He was probably a pretty good guy. He didn't believe in none of that stuff. He didn't believe in no Christian, none of them guys. He didn't believe in that. He was Jewish. He didn't believe in that stuff. See, the people that call them folks don't believe what you believe. Some people don't believe they have to do that stuff. They're like, you can go, but you ain't got to go all the time. And you know how many people mimic them and follow them people? The Jewish people mimic and follow them. They say they don't have to go all the time. They say the Sabbath ain't been there, it's in here. You don't have to go there. You be like, where you get that? It's a day. Ain't no Shabbat in my heart. Man, put the Shabbat in my heart, that thing will stop breathing. It'll stop me, ain't supposed to work. What you said, the man told me, he said, I made it for you. Man, every time I got the Sabbath right here, man, my heart stopped pumping. So I'm on the Shabbat. I'm done. But see, that's how people get. Why was Yahushua going as his custom was on Shabbat? Why was he going if you don't have to go? The man was everything. He was Shabbat. He would rest. Why he went? I'm better than him? They mess you up. So that's what I'm looking at. And there is more sure the bar of Nabuah with us, which you do, their goodness that you take to law as to a light that shines in a dark. Because you look at the same thing. Now you're going to use what? What you comparing to? Who? Barashee. It was darkness. And then what happened? Or shine where? Outside of it. This is what I can't get. This outer space whole thing. This is what I can't get. Where the sun at? Outer space. Sun shining here. Get outside of him and it's dark. I remember, hold on, look here. Look up at the sun like that. Okay, a minute, I burn everything out my eyes. Go out, sun, rocket ship. Come on, you the sun, staring at him. Come on, you the earth right here, come on. I'm way down here on the earth, look up there, 1 minute. Oh, I'm way blind. Get a rocket ship, fly all around the earth like this. 90 minutes. Ah, burn out. Run there, burn out in the dark. How are you in the dark? The kuka beans shine way down here. Surely I should see them bright out there. I get out there, it's just as dark as here. It don't give me nothing to live for. That 2 7. Y'all seen them 2 clowns bigger than witness face? I'm looking at these niggas around on TV. Boy, stop it. All that daylight. How's it getting darker as I go out? I'm leaving with, it be different. I leave out in the dark and shooting in the dark area. I'm leaving out with the sun, just in the sun. Straight in the sun going. And closer I get out there to the sun, the darker it get. I am so confused. I am so confused with the whole outer space stuff. How many of y'all, that's just kind of crazy? Do y'all know they shoot these things out in the daytime? They always bless out at the time. You watch up, and gone. And that thing is in pure darkness. So on the backside of the sun ain't no light. That's what I gotta go with. It's crazy. The sun got a back. I guess as soon as you get so far, the sun flip itself around. Still daylight down here now. They flew at it, and it got darker. You right here, and it's still light. You looking at these stars down here, and you see them, just light. I'm just bright. Fly up there, and they can't get a done lighter flick out of them. What is going on with us? Man, the man said they flying around the world 90 minutes. I'm flying to Germany 8.5 hours. You going a circle, I'm going straight. I got 2 points. When you're on the outside, you the earth right here. Let me see, come on. The only way to do it like track, I gotta stay on that inside lane. I ain't flying no 90 minutes this far out now. Cause they're gonna make my loop long. I mean, you scrapping, I gotta scratch some of that earth. I'm gonna scratch some of it, cause I'm trying to get that 90 minutes. Everybody you run that inside lane. Your best time, nobody trying to run no outside lane, you going for time? I need to be on that inside. I'm so confused. I just need to go out there. So I'm just saying, come on, you flying. So I was on the path. No, come on, stop. You driving. I'm in here with you. I'm gonna be watching you the whole time. I don't believe none of this. Whole time we going. When we got here and land, I get out, we start hopping around. No gravity. I don't believe none of this. I'm gonna tell you the whole time. I don't believe none of this stuff. It's crazy. People buying this stuff, it makes no sense. I'm confused. You flying at the sun. You went there. Where you went? Iraq. You remember the flight? Do you remember how cold it got when you were getting close over there? What was it doing? It was what? Don't you remember it getting hotter as you were getting close over that side? When you got off the plane, it was hotter. These folks shooting out these, Darren had to come back and remember where it was. I heard Darren say, he said, man, I had on a snowsuit. I'm like, going to Iraq? I don't believe it. No, it's not. But I'm just saying, listen, they were flying, the air conditioner stopped working. It almost take the air out of the plane because it's so hot when you get over here. Y'all talking you hitting 120 in there, 119 and hotter. When you were in Afghanistan, it was cold over there. You said what now? But when you were flying, you flew there when it was summertime. Was you in the winter time? I can't use it. Man, I can't. Way up there, I can't use it. How did man get to go here? Was it winter when you went? It was summer when you went there. How'd y'all get the winter flight? They got the snow boots and everything. But I'm just saying, it gets hot over there. When you're flying that way, it's just gonna get hot. And these folks get up here, you got that big old hot jumbo suit and the glass, got a fish bowl on your head, and you flying in the dark and toward the sun. I'm confused. Got no gravity and wind blowing out here. Man, getting out here, he checking the wind. They tell you about all these crater shoes. They tell you stuff that flow through. You still got the Big Bang stuff floating around out here now. It's still loose bang out here. You get hit by that bang out there, that's it. These asteroids, shoes, falling stars. Nothing don't hit these. Why these folks don't get killed by falling stars hit by asteroids? It don't make no sense. There's too much going on. But y'all, then they told you now, the stars bigger than the moon, bigger than the sun. Yeah, they actually teach you that. They actually tell you they're larger. They'll tell you that the sun is smaller. That's what they're trying to tell you. It's one of the stars, and it's actually the smallest. That the others, they sit further back. And they love it. And they have 100-year lifespan. Here I am right now. I'm 50. I'm still here counting with it. So here I go, 50. I'm finna fall out and die. This star, Jay got started now. So further I count, as soon as I can, I just start counting today. We here together, me and the star, same time. I was born a Tuesday morning, about 2-something in the morning. That's when that star came. I'm 52, 50. Here I go, I'm finna fall and die. Who finna take this paper and keep counting? Who? Because you got, not me, you got to pick up the one I'm looking at. What I have, an arrow pointing at it? How do you pick up that and keep counting? It just don't make no sense to me. 100 years. So that means you started counting, you was a baby. Who picking up this? Who picking the account up? Because we're going to the first man that started this food, started claiming they count out these 100 years on all these stars. When you seen all this happen? Man, I don't see that, them things move so, you said, fuck, ain't nobody, unless they look, you just say, look. When you say look, the thing missing. So you tell them old eyes back then see better than us? No, I don't believe them folk. Tell lies. White folk, tell lies. All right, come on, finish this up. 20, so we can get ready. Come on. Whew. And this.
Knowing this first
thing.
That no Nabuah of the Kitab is of any private interpretation.
Hold on. And this is the first thing you shall know, that the whole Nabuah of the Kitab is not like of the interpretation of man in his heart. They said in a private interpretation, he says not like what man would try to conjure up in his heart. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people say it makes sense to me, even though it don't make sense to nobody else, and they understand something that not be to be. Basically, what I'm trying to get to the bottom line is, the book is set and designed because it was used on how we establish ourselves. Meaning that when it was told there was something for us, when I use that, when a person died, who picks it up? That's how it worked when it came down to different Nabim. You know what I'm saying? Somebody will pick it up, just like when Mushaf, before he left. But look at it, the person who picked it up was a person that was already a student of his. You see what I'm saying? Was already a student. Even when Yahushua, when he moved, the elder, the Zakanim already had. That's when you go back and you look in the 2nd chapter that told you that after the move of Yahushua and of the Zakanim them, because they held the standard to what he already told them. After they all passed away, the Benim and Yasharal left. They turned and got out of the way, just like we had with the Charlotte King. When we felt like all of them fell off the scene, the people that were right there with him were taught by them. At that point, people started doing what was right in their own. That's right, own law. We say own eyes, but I'm sure it's in the heart. Yeah. That's why I let them know it's not like what's in a man's heart. We talked about how Mikyah, when he went and he had a Bethel Elohim's. Isn't that right? And he said in those days, everybody did what was right in his own eyes. And he wants us to know, first of all, it's not like that. Because it was set to establish it. That's how we check ourselves. You can't just say you right because I know. See, when I'm wrong, no. We talking about the salvation of the arm, the people. We can't go with what you feel in here. We have to go with what's written. Right. And we can't take what's in here and try to use how we feel to try to justify. Right. We make this justifies and condemns. Right. When Yahuwah come back here, he can't go with feeling, thoughts, ideas. He has to go with what's written because that's what he gave us. Yes, sir. This is what he gave us, and that's what he's going to grade us by. That's right. So you can't use, I know the book. Ain't no book, no man writing. Man said gonna condemn me nowhere. See, you going what's in your own heart. This is how those people live. This is how we gave the sentences out. A person caught in adultery, you supposed to get them a cold glass of water. And that you'll know why I lose your reward. Is that the right one? That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling in my heart. You see why? That's why you can't go in your heart. Yeah. You got to go. What was the sentence?
That's right.
Death. That's it. That's how we were supposed to operate. That's why he said it's of no, you can't take that and do what you want to do according to what's in your heart. You got to do what's been written. This establishes, this right here, this what affixes, this what affirms what we're doing. This is how we check ourselves about what's written.
That's right.
All right, come on, finish this up. 21. And we'll get ready to get your money so you can go. Listen.
For the Nebuah came not in old time by the will of Ish, but Kudash Anashim of Elohim spake, as they were moved by the Ruach HaKadosh.
That's how we taking it.
That's right.
So to take it and say that, it's just a man's word, it's just a man's covenant or a man's idea or a man's joke or whatever it is. No, this has been given us by Elohim. It's the Ruach. And this is what he gave us in order for us to have life. Y'all got it. Life was dependent on it. You died by this word and you live by it. Moshe said a man that does these things, he lived by it.
That's right.
You consent to it. You consented to it when you say Mount, you consent to it. We come to take you up and get ready to stone you for an act that they say, I don't know how. That's what you consented to. When you enjoined yourself to this bereth.
That's true.
Which means people do this all the time, they get contracts. They'll make you, listen, how many of y'all got credit cards? How many of y'all remember you got a new credit card, it give you all this great stuff. Then later on, a paper come. Guess what it says? They're changing. They'll just shoot you out of nowhere all of a sudden. They'll tell me, there's some new rules, and you still in your mind holding to the old stuff. But they set you up with a new to pull you in. To get you and get you, and they're going to give it to people who don't already use it. You already stuck out here now. And you'll go back and look. They have the right to do that. That they can change at any time. At any time you say, when I got this, yeah, I know. But we also send you an updated change. To let you know that at our discretion, we can change that at any time. But see, that's why Elohim lets you know I'm not like them. Everything you were joined to, I told you about it. This ain't that he flipped no script on it. He was crafty, he caught you with guile, but he ain't got you here and then stuck you with no new set of plan. The plan hadn't changed. The idea's still the same. You still got to live right. Hello? Everybody that died under this, they died on agreeing to it. You consented to it. Just like y'all, you saying you're a liar. You know what he said a liar do? He said a liar compelled him to go 2 miles. That's what I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? He lied because they ain't booked. That's the problem. That's what you said. He said a liar ain't gonna tear in my sight. Parent, you think, get out of my face, you liar. Where you think it come from? So I don't want to look at him, make him so pissed with you, so I don't even want to see you. Get out of my face. He said, I'm not going to leave you standing in my sight. So we knew what was going to happen.
That's right.
Please don't buy into the hype of these people tell y'all that Yahuwah done tricked you into something. The book tricking you, the book. It's not tricking nobody. We getting understanding. To realize that people knew more than what we thought they knew. And they made us think we were smarter than these people, and we dumber.
That's right.
We ain't got the right information. Trying to see back then, they was on the hard God. Them folks told us, no, we ain't never seen that before. Right. What that man is, we ain't never seen it before. These folks come to town doing it all the time now. Yep. Well, until they ain't never done it, the man had to do something different. He was doing something different. These were us we were looking at. And they were judging it by, we ain't never seen that before. Them folks were going around, they were looking at it. They're like, we looking at these things that happen on the rise now. Go let some old person, I remember back, something like that happened. They ain't never seen nothing like happen like this. Polio, everything, they ain't never had nothing came and wiped out that many people. So tsunami come in and killed 20-something thousand folks in one day. They ain't never seen no stuff like that. So we was in Mizraim.
That's right.
Killed 20, and that was us. He killed us after we come out 20-something thousand in one day, one unit. These folks ain't never seen no water back up and and come back and kill everybody except when they seen it when it was in the Red Sea. Nobody ain't never said that been an hour,
That's right.
When you say you sitting out here, you know how stupid you gotta be. You start on your holy day and the water's back up in your face, and some tell you to run down and grab fish. Where's this water going?
That's right.
That water come back and move. They said about approximately 90 miles an hour. Well, that's a hard hit. That's a hard hit. 90 miles, that water come back at you 90 miles an hour, and it's coming in this time. Only Mr. Yahuwah can back. And you think I'm finna serve that religion? I'm done. I said, who? I ain't never been one of them, whatever it is. I've been told them Indian people, you're stink.
That's right. Take a bath.
Speaking of taking a bath, I'm gonna check out y'all. Y'all took a bath?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's tight right here. I'm gonna go one by one. So he took a shower. That's it. I know one security guard ran out the door right quick. Tell him hit Durango or something. I don't know who it is. That won't get you in. All right, Fudash. Yeah. What might think I'm mean because I am. I want to see you make it in. I don't make no apology for how I am. I want you to. If I did something other than what he want me to do, that's different. But has it not been said that somebody's eyes need to be closed and go blind and try to take them in? So he tell you that how you want to take it, ain't it? Has it not been said? I just said it just now. But yeah, that's it. Y'all can make sure. How y'all doing on the bath? I'm coming down them roads now. I'm need the truth now. They come up into my pot. Started over him. How we doing on the bath? I had one of them other day, huh? That right, it's a new day now. See, you just gave somebody room to skate. How many y'all, that's fine. How many y'all took it in before this day came? The day. He talking, no, he's still on this day right here. We talking about before this day started. No, they don't politics. That man told we bathe. Who is we? Did you take one? Is one missing? That means I go check your house, there should be one missing. Not this day. You took one. How long ago yesterday? Was it yesterday night? Because that give you a whole phone. They give you a whole phone day. If we took it yesterday night and he ain't been back since then, that means, because remember, it's from evening to evening. So he did him. You been stank. Now your stank done ran another day. All right, road check. Pass. You said pass like that. No, you said pass, give it to somebody else. Oh, you pass. Okay, no, that's like pass like next question. Breathing. December the 20th. Oh, I thought man said December the 20th. Darren. All right, we can take that. What that is? Everywhere down. Now you ridiculous. I had to check. They ain't the answer. Liz said, ooh, wondering have you, babe? Ooh. Oh, watch them go, but ooh. Yeah, I do. You know. All right, there roll. You had to look at him, you check. Deuce? Deuce said, keep moving, big man. There roll. There's a photo. Ain't nothing wrong with AP. They roll with him. Chris is like, I'm not sleeping. This is how I concentrate. Oh no, he looking at him like, he like, gotta pay these tithes. Come back and get back with him. That roll over there? Hold on. He said in the sewer. Malachi said no. Malachi said, I ain't gonna tell that one. Pom, I know you here because you about to SeaWorld. Tamika? Yeah. That's everybody. Yeah, you see look around like, Jahid told us, what it is? Mike tell me, do you have one all the body parts or just the main one? Saying you got 20 of them. That's what I'm talking about. Ray around the corner talking about, I'll be back. Next again. Hunt back. Don't try to act like you call no hoes. He on the phone outside, yeah, hoes, what y'all want? Yeah, you boy, you know what I'm saying now. Readers. That's what all that good. Joseph. Yeah, that's true, man. There's some folk missing. That man out there done throw the brick through his own window. So I gotta call the police right quick. DeVal? That's tight. That man answered, yeah. That man put all them clothes. DeVal, you got an answer? Uh-oh. That David. How you gonna take a bath in the text thread? All right, let's get ready to start. Give Mr. Yahuwah a hand clap. Wonderful. Woo. Appreciate y'all. That's right, that's a clean way, y'all. They say it ain't just the flesh now. We trying to watch that inner man too. That was at the bar for. Like it's with him. Do what now? That's right, everything. You learn how to clean the inner man from the outer man. That is. How you know? Listen. First of all, we had to learn how to naturally cleanse ourselves. And you know, like you get something on your hand, you can see it, it's stained or it's sticky. You're trying to get it back, and you get it back to a state that you say it's acceptable. You know what I'm saying? And not stick, I removed it. Then he tell you, I need you to do that with you on the fire. You said, I got some sticky, nasty stuff on my inside. Yeah, if you commit adultery, if you lying, it's the same equivalent. So we had to learn natural before we learn anything from the Ruach. You know, that's why people don't say, I feel like my spirit. No, you got to learn how to clean the outer man before you learn to clean the inner man. That's right. See, the problem we have with the folk that came with teaching us of old, they just stuck with the outer man. They ain't understand the inner man. He told inside, he said, man, you full of adultery, fornication, all that. He said, and that defile a man. First, though, we knew about evil. You like, how you eating and you ain't wash your hand? That's mad, that's filthy. He said, how you doing anything, your inside the same way. He said, that defile you. He said, even if you able to hand that, I ain't justifying you doing it. He said, that come out and dry. Your body designed, certain things you do, your body designed to take it anyway. What it can't use, you're going to get rid of it anyway. But when they come down to that show you how important, how the fascia, though, it'll stay attached to it. It's like some stuff that'll stain. You got a white shirt, you got some cherry juice on it. You should try to clean it. Well, take that thing, throw it in the tray. You're not getting that cherry juice out of that thing. It ain't gonna work. That thing stain. It's certain stuff you get in your nafai. He said, can't get it out. It's too far in there, stain. I can't get it out there. And you can't make it in shamin with no stain. That's right. He told you you had to even hate this stain. He said the garment spotted by the fire. So he told us they gotta hate it. It's stained up. You can't do it. And the only reason it's dirty is because of you. We gonna get this thing right. Go ahead, Yoshawaka Wika. Today's Shemel's birthday. Shemel, happy birthday, Shemel!